The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation. Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience by promoting opportunity, protecting welfare, and fostering a positive image. Who is SAC?
SAC members are student athletes supporting other student athletes. SAC members vote on rules, partner with great organizations such as Make-A-Wish and Team Impact, and build pride on campus and in the community.
There are 3 different levels of SAC to get involved in. At the campus level, there are 307 Division II institutions that sponsor SAC. Each campus SAC is led by an athletic administrator and a committee made up of student athletes from a variety of athletic teams.
There are 24 Division II conferences, each with their own conference SAC. The representatives share best practices, success stories, and new ideas that can be brought back to each campus SAC.
The National SAC is made up of 1 student athlete from each of the 24 Division II conferences. These student athletes are your voice and are charged with the responsibility of relaying the overall student athlete voice for the division.
Your voice has value.
Get involved.
Take ownership in your experience.
Leave a legacy.
Make it yours!
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks.
Genders don't play sports, athletes do.
One more basketball game before we can close the books on day 2 of the Heartland Conference Tournament in Tulsa. It's the 4-5 matchup on the men's side of the bracket, featuring the number 4 seed, the Hillcats from Rogers State, and the Chaparrals from Lubbock Christian out of Lubbock, Texas. It's coming up next on the Heartland Conference Sports Network. Live on heartlandsports.org, Corey Riggs, Drew Britt, Jose Harbor, and the JBM production team bringing you live streaming coverage from inside the Union Multi-Purpose Activities Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We are live getting ready for our final game of day 2 here in the quarterfinal round of the men's side of the Heartland Conference Tournament. And Drew, we look at 2 teams today. Rogers State riding a 7-game win streak. From January 26th to February 16th, they strung together 7 wins, then losses at Fort Smith and at St. Edwards coming into tournament play.
Rogers State really was on fire towards the end of the season, and you have to look at the history of these 2 teams. And I will point out that Lubbock Christian has lost both times these teams have played in the regular season. And there's an interesting note about that, Corey. Let me share that with you. 2 of the 3 lowest scoring totals for Lubbock Christian this year came at the hands of Rogers State. Matter of fact, only 3 times did they score 60 or less, and it came in these games, 2 of them against Rogers State. And so clearly, when you start looking at the scoring output of a Lubbock Christian team, you look at wins like at Randall, 121, 103 at St. Edwards. They have posted Centennial games 5 different times this season, and yet Rogers State somehow has the number and can stop them defensively. Could the 3rd time be the charm tonight?
That's what the Chaps are hoping for, but I tell you what, these Hellcats all-time lead the series, 15 wins against 6 losses against Lubbock Christian. The Chaparrals out of Lubbock, Texas lost in the first round of this tournament last year. Their 2nd year of eligibility. This is their 2nd Heartland Conference tournament appearance. They ride a 4-game consecutive win streak into tonight's matchup, and they are 1-1 this season on neutral sites. They got a nice trip to Puerto Rico in the non-conference portion of their schedule where they got a win and a loss.
Well, you have to talk about this too. I mean, the neutral site game's 1-1 where you split in Puerto Rico, just like you mentioned. It's a neutral site game here tonight. Could this be the difference for Lubbock Christian? As we mentioned, they have not been able to beat this team yet this year. But here's what we have known covering sports for 20 years, Corey. The fact of the matter is it is so difficult to beat a team 3 times in the same season, especially when you're talking about a win or go home scenario. If the Lubbock Christian Chaparrals are able, to string together a 70-plus point game tonight, you have to think that maybe that could be the advantage.
Have to see if they can do it. This stingy Rogers State defense has held the Chaps to 54 points in each of their last 2 meetings. The Chaparrals know how to score the basketball. They are led in scoring by a couple of different players. They've got 3 players, all that average in double figures: Brennan Fowler, Ridrell Hallman, and Tyler Rogers. 3 players to keep your eye on for the Hellcats: Jaqueline Sharp, JT Tisdale, and Barron Smith Jr. Just a couple of the focus players to watch tonight. The Hellcats in the whites, trimmed in blue and red. LCU in the all blues with white numbers. The men in stripes are on the floor. We are ready to rock here at the UMAC. The ball is in the air, and we have got 2 more halves of basketball here on the Heartland Sports Network. Controlling the tip, Barron Smith Jr. They immediately go down low. High percentage shot almost taken away out of the hands of Marcus Arrington.
Interesting note, the first Heartland Conference tournament appearance for Rogers State. They were not eligible for this postseason tournament last year.
Immediately, Lubbock Christian goes down low. Big number 12, Brennan Fowler, 6'7", 288. He's a load on the block. He gets 2.
7.9 rebounds a game for Brennan Fowler. He leads the team in scoring with 13.3 points a game. Certainly a man to watch. All conference honors as well.
Now he's already pulled down a rebound as well. Big man gets the pull, and Marcus Arrington brings the offense back up floor here for the Chaps. Defense covering Ridrell Holman. He'll bring it back out between the circles. Marcus Arrington with 10 on the shot clock. They try to feed the big man. He bounces once, has to throw the ball across the lane, and look at that, knocking down the jumper. It's Ridrell Holman.
Joe Holman, the redshirt senior, 6'4", 184 pounds out of Amarillo, Texas. He also got all-conference recognition earlier this week and already making his presence felt.
An all-conference honorable mention, one of 3 on this team for Lubbock Christian, and now the big man doing so well on the offensive end of the floor. On the defensive end of the floor, picks up the foul. Brendan Fowler trying to go for the rebound, looking for rebound 224 on the season.
224 pull downs. That is the change in pace for an offense, and it's incredible to have over 150 in the season, much less 220.
This is Christopher Ikenobi at the line, a 6'9" senior from Warri, Nigeria. His first free throw attempt pops off. Rogers State still looking for their first point of the game. The second one, he finds a way to send that one through. Rogers State off the schneid now, 4-1 in this one. A little pressure at the middle of the floor here. I had an old coach always used to tell me, you break the floor up into thirds, Drew. You got the 2 offensive ends, and the middle third he called the racetrack. Said teams that know how to win in the racetrack will win a lot of ball games.
Well, so far Lubbock Christian is winning that battle and certainly being able to find some points on the offensive end.
Good rebound by Sharp. Here come the Hillcats. 3 ball on the way. Jalen Sharp sees it roll around and fire right back out. Jalen Sharp, the player of the year in the Heartland Conference. I know he will start showing us something here in a minute. Sharp averages 16 points per game. 13 on the shot clock now as Arrington has to give it up. They go back down low to Brendan Fowler, and they work an inside-out game here with 5, with 4. Fowler's got to shoot. He has the turnaround, and he's fouled as the shot clock expires. The foul will come before the expiration of time, and Fowler will go to the line for a couple.
A lot of interior defense there and a lot of harassment, especially for Brendan Fowler, 6'7" sophomore, has got the size, he's got the speed, but just was not able to make that shot. Once again, when you can't get inside and really create some space in the paint to open that shot up, it makes it far more difficult to get any kind of offensive rhythm.
Fowler at the line this season, a 77% free throw shooter. He's made 50 of 64 with that first make here tonight. Pushes the lead to 4. He's been a big part of the offense here. The big man knocks down a couple of free ones. Into the ball game now is Isaac Cardona, a 6'5" senior from Port Lavaca, Texas.
Well, you have to think that Lubbock Christian's strategy so far has worked. They're up by 5, trying to get some offensive rhythm going, get out on Rogers State early because you know they've got the antidote to the poison that they're going to send out.
Here's a 3, Barron Smith Jr. The all-conference honorable mention lights the lamp, and it's a 1-point game.
And it looks a lot like that.
It's amazing what a 3-pointer will do to lift your spirits. Marco Schuster on the pass now. Drell Holman gives way, and the ball comes back around to Arrington. Arrington, the only player on Lubbock Christian's team not from Texas. He's from Carlsbad, New Mexico. Another deep possession in the shot clock. He keeps his foot on the floor, Drew, and knocks down the 3. A little ballet from Marco Schuster to keep the toe on the floor and then deliver the 3.
Well, the Rogers State faithful wanted to walk there, but he was able to keep that toe down and then hit the tray.
Clutch play there, and now we've got a foul away from the ball here with 16:28 to play. They say the foul goes against Lubbock Christian's 14 is that Zach Link.
6'5", 200-pound freshman.
Now 14 for the Hillcats is Christopher Ikenobi. That may be his, is that just his first foul now? 1 foul for Lubbock Christian, 2 fouls for Rogers State here in the early going. Pull-up jumper from the near side goes. A nice shot for Tyler Rogers, the second-team all-conference standout. Rogers an 11-point-per-game average score.
6-0 run here for Lubbock Christian.
Into the ball game. for the Hillcats is 42, Matt Lee, and the masked man hits his first basket of the night. Matt Lee from Stillwell, Oklahoma. Driving in is Arrington, a nice pass to a cutter, and look at the block! Block out of the hands. That time, a great job by Barron Smith Jr. to cap the shot, and that's where we will take our break. 11-6 the score. An athletic play as we go to our first media timeout. Lubbock Christian up in this one 11-6.
I don't know.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
Check out this replay again from Barron Smith on the block. 6'1", 180 pounds, calling ZZ Top because he's from LaGrange, Georgia. And by the way, need to give a nice shout out to Taylor Kendrick, our camera operator, who caught that shot. Outstanding work catching that one.
Back to work here on the floor, Marcus Arrington trying to continue the good roll that Lubbock Christian has got started with. They've got the 11-6 advantage. Another post player, that's Isaac Cardona, the 6'5", 270-pound senior, gets his basket to go. 13-6 now, and another score on the other end. That's J.D. Tisdale, the newcomer of the year in league, and our sideline reporter, Jose Harbor, has his first report of the game. Jose?
Thanks, guys. I was listening to Rogers State's timeout. Coach Barkley was telling his guys, like, look, we're okay. It's early in the game. Let's take some deep breaths. Let's slow down a little bit, but we can't make dumb plays. Like when they fouled with 1 second left on the shot clock down here. You just can't give that up, he says. So let's look out for the play, Rogers State to come out and hopefully make some more conscious plays. Guys.
Thanks, Jose. Redrell Holman knocks down a big shot on one end. Lubbock Christian able to get another takeaway, and the Chaparrals have an opportunity to add to their lead, already up 15-8. Right now the offense for the team from Lubbock, Texas, hitting on all cylinders. Here's a drive. Schuster shoots it. No. Rebound to Rogers State.
Something Jose touched on was that mental game. You've got to be efficient. You've got to make your shots. When you have a wide open look like that on the inside lane, you've got to be able to get that into the bucket.
Jalen Sharp had the ball, hands it off to Barron Smith Jr. Jr. driving. That one will bounce off no good, but he'll get a chance at the free throw line. Barron Smith Jr. He's got a three-pointer. He's got a block. Now he's going to have his chance at the free throw line. Look as he tries to run through two defenders, but still with the wherewithal to get off a shot.
And nearly made it.
Quiet here at the UMAC, but maybe the biggest crowd we've seen in 2 days. We've got a lot of the other men's teams sitting around watching. We've got the women's team from Lubbock Christian after their game got over. Some of that team and their coaching staff are here watching, and then a number of fans have made the trip from Claremore, Oklahoma over here to Tulsa to watch Rogers State.
Final quarter, final game.
Barron Smith with 4 points, make that 5. Barron averages 14 points a game. He also usually dishes out about 3 assists a contest. Perfect 2-for-2 run at the charity stripe. His team's up 5. Or pardon me, his team's down 5. 15-10 our score. Lubbock Christian trying to add to the 5-point advantage. Haven't seen a lot of this today, Drew, but more of a half-court set here for Lubbock Christian. A lot of these possessions going deep into the shot clock. Now with 3, a 2 if it goes. No, there's the offensive rebound. Skying in from out of nowhere, Cardona with the offensive rebound and the score. Isaac Cardona with 4 points.
And you have to think that if you're Lubbock Christian, you want to put the foot on the pedal and you don't want to stop. This is a team that has had your number both games this year. If you build that lead, you've got to take advantage of some opportunities. That's a charging call for Barron Smith.
He smiles as his teammates lift him up. Matt Lee picks him up and off the playing surface here at the UMAC. Watch this, just puts his head down and charges right through him. Credit Tyler Rogers for taking the hit.
That's a player control issue as well. You know, when you don't have control of your body, you're trying to make a play, you put that shoulder down. That's what the officials are looking for. I know I sound like a broken record through this entire tournament, but that's exactly the kind of thing you're going to see, and that's the kind of thing that you will get a charge call.
Tyler Rogers trying to get his shot, gets his man off his feet, but he can't make it. Schuster with the rebound here for the Hillcats. Rogers State running, gunning, and not able to finish. Boy, that one touched about every side of the cylinder you can touch without going in, and there's a high-flying finish and a timeout. Lubbock Christian able to finish at the rim that time. Tyler Rogers puts it up and in. The lead is now 9 for the Chaparrals. The head coach, Justin Barkley of the Hillcats, needs a timeout. So do we here with 12:39 to play.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
Welcome back inside the UMAC. The Hillcats with the ball here, down 9 in the first half of play. This is the 4-seed, 5-seed matchup on the men's side of the bracket here in the Heartland Conference Tournament. J.D. Tisdale works the dribble with the left hand. A nice weave now for the Hillcats. They're looking for an opening, but the Chaparrals pack in the defensive zone. 3 from the top of the key is good. It's Travis Hester.
That shot was a cavalier kind of shot. The Virginia native lines it up at the top of the key and just drains it.
Crozet, Virginia. For young Travis Hester, 6'4" senior. Chaparrals looking for an answer. Their lead is 6, no foul call. Tavian Davis has the ball. The Hillcats, he shoved off. Hester gets the foul call as he tried to clear out and get space for the dribble.
And I can tell you this right now, Justin Barkley is none too happy with that call. He didn't think that that was a foul call that should have gone that way, but we're going to discuss that over timeout, I'm assuming.
11:49 to play in a 6-point ball game. Lubbock Christian leads Rogers State. More from the UMAC in a minute.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
A lot of fans made the trip over from Claremore, Oklahoma, but their Hillcats trail the Chaparrals of Lubbock Christian 19-13. The Chaps kind of shooting the lights out here early, Drew.
1 for 1 from behind the arc, 2 for 2 beyond the charity stripe, 57% from the floor. The thing that tells me what I want to know, though, 7 rebounds total to Rogers State 4.
LCU averages 77 points per game. They allow 71. They're normally good to knock down 6 or 7 threes a game. They've only got 1 so far. They are not far from starting to shoot maybe a little bit more. Here we go, another deep run in the shot clock with 2, with 1. They've got to shoot it. They don't shoot it. They slam it home.
Unbelievable. That's the second time we have seen them go deep into the shot clock, working as much time as they possibly can. And guess what? They were still able to make the play.
Brennan Fowler with the emphatic dunk. The Hillcats. There's going to be a walk call here, but I think it's a bad deal because I think he may have gotten a hit in the eye there, Drew. That's J.D. Tisdale.
Not the guy that you want to see go down either. Let's take a look at it again.
Newcomer of the year, see. And I think it was inadvertent here. I think it was Marco Schuster trying to bring his hands up in a defensive stance, and there was an eye rake that ran through.
I don't know if it was an eye as much as of his head. He's still a little woozy.
Nice round of applause here from the folks inside the Union Multipurpose Activities Center. He's able to walk off underneath his own power. J.D. Tisdale, all the hardware for the season handed out here this week in Tulsa. He was a second-team all-conference player named Newcomer.
Trainers will check him out.
One more look at the Brennan Fowler two-handed slam, the top scorer for the Chaparrals. Jose Harbor is standing by. Jose has a little bit more information on Lubbock Christian star Tyler Rogers. Jose, what do you have?
Yeah, that's right. I was looking up Tyler Rogers. Turns out he has a play that was nominated for Geico's Best College Play of the Year. He's only one of 4 plays, and I'm sorry to say voting has ended. It was ended a couple days ago, February 27th, but the winner will be announced March 25th, so that'll be interesting to see if Tyler Rogers can be in contention for that.
That's very interesting. I remember that happened to a team that I cover quite a bit, the Drury Panthers. They had a half-court buzzer beater they nicknamed the Bundy Bomb, done by Cameron Bundy. We nearly get Drew an opportunity to check into the ball game.
I still got a year left of eligibility. Don't put it past me.
Tavian Davis came over. I thought Drew was going to get a chance to check in for Davis. No play on the ball for either one of us, though, so the assistant coach is able to take care of that for us, Chris Ratcliffe. Ben Ravenstein, Mark Ravansky, the assistant coaches for Justin Barkley to bench just to our right. And the official review going on here. Apparently no review official with us tonight, so they'll use the ring down phone and try to get a hold of our team in the production truck so they have an opportunity to get another look at what just occurred. And honestly, it all happened so fast right in front of us, I'm not sure who maybe touched it last either.
I'm not sure either. I just know that there were bodies flying everywhere from the chairs to the court side. But, you know, that goes back to talking about how aggressive and how physical these games can be, and how you have to try to establish some sort of dominance early, establish some kind of physicality early on, and this just plays right into the hands of Lubbock Christian.
Or we're being told from the production truck is they're trying to determine if the ball hit the rim, and they have determined that it did, so that will reset the shot clock here. 10:37 to go. Then they'll inbounds the ball right in front of our broadcast position here. Lubbock Christians. Redrell Holman, a redshirt senior from Amarillo, Texas, to key the inbounds play. Gotta love technology. Gives the officials the opportunity to make sure that they've got the game well in hand, and they do here. 10:30 to go, 21-13 our score. The Chaparrals lead the Hillcats from just down the road in Claremore, Oklahoma. Wow, look at the crossover by Marcos Arrington, but too many steps, he travels.
But that's another great look at Lubbock Christian and what they've been trying to do on the inside. They've been trying to create those open lanes. They've been trying to put some pressure on the defensive end. They've done exactly that, and they've been able to maintain this 8-point lead.
Hillcats need a basket this time down. They give the ball to Tavian Davis. Barron Smith back into the ball game now. He runs into a brick wall, stops, restarts, scoop shot with the left hand, and he gets it to go. Wow, that one bounced once, bounced twice, and then found its way through. 2 points for Rogers State. It's 21-15.
J.D. Tisdale, who was injured on an earlier play over on the Rogers State sideline, now telling Coach, I'm ready to go back in, so we may see Tisdale again in just a few moments.
Still not sure what happened. Looked like he got his bell rung a little bit on a collision on the offensive end. Stop and pop two will not go, but there's a foul on the back side of the play. Shot released that time by Holman.
Guys, I can tell you, Tisdale, he completely waved off the trainer. The trainer had to physically sit him down to check him out because he just wanted to walk it off. So I think he's going to be okay.
Thank you, Jose. These guys, they don't want to have to be told they can't come back into the game, Drew. We all know that.
No, absolutely not. As long as their limbs are still attached, and even if they're partially attached, these guys want to go in and play.
Pretty much the only thing that keeps them out is the officials when they tell them, oh, you're bleeding, you can't be on the floor.
A little blood never hurt anybody.
Jay Workman into the game, and there he does it again. That's Marco Schuster acting like he's gonna shoot. Instead, the pass finds the big man, Brennan Fowler. Fowler with 2 more. He's got 8 points to lead his team in scoring in the half.
That's twice that we've seen him keep that leg down, but move
how
that
he
leg.
does it.
It's almost like a fake step. It's incredible.
How about a long-range 3? That one won't go, but there's an offensive rebound for Tisdale. He slides and slithers up and under and gets his basket. Tisdale with 4 points now, 23-17. There's a reach-in foul on Tisdale. He got the bucket. Now he gets the foul. It's his first personal, the 6th-team foul against Rogers State. Rogers State will send Kyler Ing into the ball game along with Matt Lee. Kyler Ing, just such a neat story for head coach Justin Barkley. He was the video manager on the team a couple of years ago, started working with the team in practice, and now in his senior season, he's gotten a few starts for this team, seen significant playing time, and just a great story of one of those guys that just wanted to help the team and now literally can help the team on the floor. Rogers State running and gunning here, and a blocking foul will be called against Holman.
That's a player control foul. That's really what it looks like. And if we take a look at the replay at some point, we'll be able to see that. Here it is. You see him just kind of lose control, and he'll go back a little bit with that forearm up. He's hopping and bopping. They're going to call that every time.
You've got to get those feet set, got to be vertical when the contact comes. Wow, what a great dish. Barron Smith Jr. drops the dime to his teammate Matt Lee, the 6'8" junior, finishes at the rim.
Stillwell native able to make the play inside the lane. Points in the paint are at a premium in this game.
The lead cut down to 4, but coming right back is Marco Schuster. Schuster shoots another one past. He's got 5 points. The lead expands back to 6.
Rogers State trying to slow the tempo down just a little bit. No foul call there.
Playing through the contact, but nobody blocked out Matt Lee that time. Matt Lee back-to-back buckets. Again, it's a 4-point game.
Consecutive possessions there for Matt Lee, who can put the ball right where it needs to be on the inside. His size makes him a presence down under.
Now Fowler going up against Lee that time. He draws the contact, nearly got the shot to go too as he reached out, extended the arm and gave it just a little flip of the wrist to get it up and onto the cylinder. That'll take us to the break. 25-21 our score. More from Tulsa in a minute.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
It's the big men leading the way here in the Heartland Conference nightcap here in Tulsa. Brennan Fowler for Lubbock Christian with 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Matt Lee, 3 of 4 shooting as well with 6 points. The only difference, Fowler, a 2-for-2 trip to the charity stripe. So a lot of production out of the post players so far, Drew, for these two clubs. And we see the aforementioned Brennan Fowler making his second trip to the free throw line tonight.
Well, you talk about post players. Look at the points in the paint for both teams. Rogers State, 10. 12 over on the side for Lubbock Christian. When you are able to make an establishment inside, you can create an opportunities for some space inside the perimeter, throw some open shots up. It really sets the tone for the rest of your offense.
Like to see a big man that can make his free throws. A 78% free throw shooter is Brennan Fowler. The lead now goes back to 6, 27-21 our score. Barron Smith Jr. gives way to Sharp. Sharp drives, double clutches, and is fouled. 34 with the foul. That's Isaac Cardona. The 6'5 senior gets into Jalen Sharp, and the all-conference first teamer at the free throw line from Ketchum, Oklahoma. Sharp averages 16.7 rebounds a night, and of those rebounds, about 3.5 of them are offensive. Nice number to have. We talked quite a bit earlier today in one of the women's games about the opportunities that offensive rebounds afford a team. Defensive intensity ratcheting up now for the Hillcats in a 4-point game.
You mentioned the offensive rebounds, 4 for Lubbock Christian, 3 so far for Rogers State. Really not establishing second chance boards.
They go down to Fowler. He turns and puts it up with the right hand. No. Another long possession, but that time it's an empty one. Sharp gives it away. They almost completely give it away. The Chaparrals try to come up with a steal. They can't. Sharp ducks under and passes through the paint out to Tisdale. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Barron Smith Jr. has to reset here. He tries to fight through a man, spins around and airballs it.
The defense that time really disrupted ball control, not able to find your passing lanes, couldn't find the shot. Rogers State was the victim that time of good defense by LCU.
Schuster between the circles. Great pass to a cutter down low, and finishing at the rim is Jay Workman, a freshman guard from Kermit, Texas. Smith back to the attacking end now for the Hillcats. Bad pass finds Jalen Sharp. 3 for Smith is short. Lubbock Christian lets that one carry him out of bounds. The Hillcats send number 11, Travis Hester, into the game.
Barron Smith has not been able to hit that 3 as much as he would like to. 25%, make that 20% from behind the arc. 1 for 5 so far here in this first half.
And the one came very early on, and he's been about 0 for 4 ever since. He knocked down, I think, the first one that he shot. 5-point game now. Could it be more? Lubbock Christian lighting it up. It's Holman from outside.
Well, we talked about the strategy for Lubbock Christian going into this ball game. You knew that you had to score. When you score more, you end up winning, and I know that sounds very cliche, but when these two teams locked horns in the previous meetings, Rogers State was able to hold them underneath 60. Lubbock Christian, that was their lowest offensive output all year. So what LCU had to do was create opportunities for offense, and that's what they're doing so far in this first half.
Matt Lee fouled that time by Cardona. So the big man for the Hillcats will go to the line here. He and Brennan Fowler have been fun to watch so far, kind of trading shots. Matt Lee with 6 points. This is his first free throw attempt of the night, and it's good. Tyler Rogers comes back in for the Chaparrals. Lubbock Christian An 18-10 regular season, 12-6 in the Heartland Conference. Rogers State just a tick better, 19-9, 12-6. So they have identical conference records as Lee goes 2 for 2 at the line. This team knows how to shoot free throws, partner. They had a game earlier this year where they were perfect at the line.
24 for 24 behind the line, to be exact. And that, what is crazy is that was only the second best.
Nothing wrong with that shot. Renell Holman knocks it down. Lubbock Christian went 24 for 24 in their game. A conference record, the second best in D2, only behind Florida Tech.
Florida Tech, who went 28 for 28, which is what we were talking about right before he drained that three.
Another missed opportunity here for Rogers State as they have seen the lead now expand to 10. Lubbock Christian up 35-25. A three, too strong. Knocked to the floor that time was Holman, no whistle. Rogers State outrunning a step through in between three defenders. Knocked to the ground that time was J.D. Tisdale.
There's that physical play from underneath. J.D. Tisdale's taking his lumps underneath the basket tonight.
Jose Harbor has a little bit more about one of the players for Rogers State. Tell us about Kyler Ing.
That's right, guys. I was looking up more about Kyler Ing. Turns out he's on the President's Leadership Class Scholarship, and he's the only student in the South Region, student athlete, who has a cumulative 4.0 average. Coach Barkley said that he knew Ing would run through a wall for him and wanted him to be a defensive stopper, whether it was for 30 seconds or 4 minutes. He wanted him to go all out. So we know Ing is a smart guy. I'm sure he can get it done, guys.
Our smart guy, Jose Harbor, with another great story. There you see Kyler Ing, a 6-foot senior from Miami, Oklahoma. That's always fun for me to make sure that people understand that aren't from the Midwest. It's spelled like Miami, but it's Miami, Oklahoma. We sometimes change our pronunciations in this part of the country.
Or just whole letters.
Sometimes. But there you get a good look at Kyler Ing. The rest of his teammates, they are down in this one by 10. All of a sudden, Lubbock Christian expanding for the largest lead of the night. Those 10 points, the game has never been tied. So far, Lubbock Christian has led from the opening tip. Here's we're now under 4 minutes to play until halftime.
And that was the strategy going in for LCU. They had to get their foot on the gas and not let up.
J.D. Tisdale to try a couple. His first is through. First free throw of the night for him. He's got 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Tisdale looks like he's shooting in an empty gym. Nice and easy. He gets 2 back for the Hillcats. Schuster now works with the left hand. Really like the game of Holman over here, number 24. Go ahead and skip the ball all the way across the court. Look at that, a great seal and finish by Jay Workman. He got the defender on his back, and he went straight to the window. Back to a 10-point game, 37-27. Barron Smith Jr. back to work here. He gives it to Tisdale. Matt Lee showing you a little range, Drew. The big man goes outside.
2 consecutive possessions, we saw Matt Lee go up and under and make it happen from underneath, but then he hits the tray ball. And he hits it from downtown, the masked man, as you called him earlier. Very versatile in what we are seeing from what he can do. 6'8", 210-pound junior center from Stillwell, Oklahoma. Versatile weapon for this Rogers State Hillcat basketball team.
Jonathan Buckley checks into the game for Rogers State. I would have called him the Lone Ranger, but seeing as how he has 4 teammates, that would seem silly.
That would make him a Power Ranger.
That absolutely would. 15 seconds on the shot clock, under 3 minutes to go here. Schuster, see if he keeps that left toe down again. Workman now with 8 seconds. They hand it off to Rogers. Rogers stops and pops and buries it. A pull-up jumper for Tyler Rogers.
It's the redshirt senior out of Lubbock, Texas, and that was just a textbook form. Stop, pop, square your shoulders, in the air with the great gooseneck. Fantastic technique.
Pushes the advantage back to 10. They try to shoot over Brendan Fowler and can't, but the Hillcats get a rebound. Who's got it? The ball loose. Look at that. A spinning shot for Tisdale as he comes up with an offensive rebound.
And that could have been the shot in the arm that Rogers State needed. They really needed a momentum boost, and Tisdale fighting underneath and scoring was a big boost to that Hillcat morale.
There's a takeaway. It could be a big swing here, and there'll be a reach and a foul on Marco Schuster as he was not about to let J.D. Tisdale have a free run at the rim.
Absolutely not, and I like the play there by Schuster. You know, you can watch him right here. He's going to say, look, son, I'm going to foul him out. I'm going to make him earn this shot. I'm not going to give him the free layup. I'm certainly not going to give him the free slam. Make him earn it from the charity stripe.
Schuster's first personal, both teams now, Rogers State and Lubbock Christian, with 7 fouls each way. Tisdale 2 for 2 so far tonight at the free throw line. He is 3 for 3. I told you, looks like he's shooting in an empty gym, just looks like he's practicing. Calm, cool, and collected at the line. Second team all-conference player for Rogers State. Goes back into his routine, and he's 4 for 4.
Interesting form that he has on that free throw shot. You'll notice his knees are inside, and he's just slightly bent. Makes for a full release.
Under 2 minutes to play now until the intermission. 6-point game. It was 10 just moments ago. Lubbock Christian, no need to be in a hurry here. Plenty of time. There's a jump shot. No offensive rebound by Fowler. As we go under 100 seconds, we see that our friend Hunter that you and I got selfies with yesterday apparently now is with our camera crew and taking another selfie, so we're not the only ones that got to visit with the Rogers State mascot.
I'm glad to know that Taylor Gomez and Blake Hegwood were able to get a selfie with the Hillcat in the middle of a game.
You know, time stops for no man, Drew.
Apparently not.
Back into the ball game is Marcus Arrington. Arrington checking in for his head coach, Todd Duncan. Todd Duncan, a Texas Tech grad, 6 years now, over 100 wins with Lubbock Christian.
The top camera crew's taking selfies with mascots. The bottom camera crew is getting pelted with players and basketballs.
That's why those guys get hazard pay, man.
That's true.
Hillcats down 8 here. Barron Smith travels.
Took a step. Didn't quite make it look like Marcus Schuster did. Didn't have that foot planted. One step too many, and he gets called for the travel.
Chase Littlejohn called into action here for head coach Justin Barkley for the first time. He takes the warm-up off. Instead, we'll have a 30-second timeout here with 1 minute, 23 seconds to play as the games continue here on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks. Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
Rogers State back on the defensive end of the floor here. We've barely got a minute 15 to go until halftime. Look at the alley-oop, but unable to connect that time to a high-flying Tyler Rogers. Boy, you gotta love that play call out of the timeout, Drew.
Just trying to create some momentum, trying to shut down Rogers State. You know, that was just as much a mental as it was a regular call. Just take a look at it right here. Imagine just for a minute the statement made if your oop goes in there, but alas, it's a foul.
That would have put them back up to 10 points. That's been their largest lead of the contest. Instead, J.D. Tisdale goes back to the line where he has been nothing short of perfect. That's the first time I think I've seen him hit the rim.
And nothing but net in this first 4 tries, and this time rolls in, but he'll still take it.
Workman back into the contest. Good look from our low camera angle here. Through the lane at Tisdale. He bends the knees ever so slightly and sends it through. Tisdale 5 of 5, 11 points. Good opening half of play here in this one, but his teammates could use a few more points here. Under a minute to go now, down 6. Lubbock Christian not giving up on the offensive end. Look at the big man, Brennan Fowler, turns and gets his shot. He gets 2 more, Fowler with 14.
13 points, 12 points from in the paint. A lot of it coming from Fowler tonight.
Look at this, Matt Lee tries to answer, and that's been one of those games within a game as the 2 big men go back and forth. That time he missed with that sort of circus move, and now with an 8 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock, Marcus Arrington, who has over 300 assists for his career at Lubbock Christian, is going to take control of this and hold his team down here and try to get a last second shot, not leave the Hillcats much time to work with. Arrington hit hard, loses the ball. The shot clock goes off, but control was really taken over by the Hillcats at that point in time. They had the ball on the ground. Chase Littlejohn jumping on the grenade.
Well, you see him isolate inside. I mean, you've got the double team right here. He loses the basketball. They fall on it.
Hillcats with a chance to cut the lead down. Tisdale drives. There's a foul, a hard contact that time as Jay Workman pick up the foul. Workman didn't beat him to the spot that time. You're always looking to see if the offensive foul is there. Workman selling it, got his hands down to his side, but his feet weren't set.
Well, Marcus Schuster was there with the tag team as well, and he swats that ball away. If you can get away from that defensive foul, then you may have a momentum shift going into the locker room.
Tisdale finally misses his first miss after hitting 6 straight at the charity stripe.
And that's a big miss, too, going into the locker room.
His team trailing by 8 here. Chance cut the differential to 7. Not going to miss more than 1. 1.7. Workman for 3. He got a good look at it. Plenty of time on the clock. The release before the red light turned on. But that's how we'll end the first 20 minutes here at Tulsa. A good first half of basketball, but Lubbock Christian, the Chaparrals from Lubbock, Texas, lead the team from right here in the state of Oklahoma, Rogers State, 43-36.
It's on us to stop sexual assault
in any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
to stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championships, March 21st, 22nd, and 24th at Alumni Hall in Columbus, Ohio. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable, as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edward's University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edward's University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about the community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
I knew I would earn my degree from a great school. But I never imagined this experience. It's changed the way I think about my future and transformed how I see my world.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
At Newman University, you'll receive more than just a degree. You'll receive a degree of merit, a degree of character, a degree of difference. Learn more at newmanu.edu.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
We open our arms to students from around the corner and from around the world.
No matter where we're from, all Dust Devil student athletes play for the love of our sport, the love of our team, and the love of our university. If you can play here, you can play.
If you can play, you can play. Om du kan spela, så kan du spela.
Si můžeš hrát, můžeš hrát.
Si puedes jugar, puedes jugar.
If you can play, you can play.
I came here to get my degree at a great school. Along the way, I worked at an orphanage in India and taught school in Peru. It's changed how I look at the world and how I see my future.
Newman University in Wichita. Newman is a family that comes together to excel in the classroom and on the field. As the only private NCAA Division II university in Kansas, our student athletes are uniquely prepared for success beyond college. Newman University, empowering graduates to transform society.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
He is the God who sees me. He knows who I am becoming and who I will one day be. The kingdom of God. This is no small stake. With all my heart, mind, and strength, I will answer the call.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
This is the you that goes beyond a bachelor's degree. This is the International U, Texas A&M International University. Learn how to take your talents further at tammeu.edu.
Whoever you are, whoever you want to be, find your future with us. We are UAFS.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances The academic environment and academic experience is very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience by promoting opportunity, protecting welfare, and fostering a positive image. Who is SAC?
SAC members are student athletes supporting other student athletes. SAC members vote on rules, partner with great organizations such as Make-A-Wish and Team Impact, and build pride on campus and in the community.
There are 3 different levels of SAC to get involved in.
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks.
Genders don't play sports, athletes do.
Brendan Fowler on the dunk there, leading his team with 14 points. He is now at the 600-point mark for his career as you look at some of the first half highlights. Paced by Matt Lee on the other side for Rogers State with 10 points. Both of these teams scored early and often, but Drew, as we get ready to start the second half, we have gotten real now. Coach Barkley, the tie's gone, the jacket's gone. They say it is serious.
Well, this is a contest for both schools that has a lot riding on it. For Lubbock Christian, they lost both of the regular season matchups. They knew going in they were going to have to put the pedal to the metal. Do not let off the gas. And right now, Rogers State is trying to find their rhythm. They're hanging on, but just by a hair.
Jose Harbour had time at halftime to talk to both coaches. Jose, what did they tell you?
Thanks, guys. The Lubbock Christian coach told me, we got to value the ball and we got to keep them off the glass. He was very short-winded, didn't really say much. Small halftime talk. Rogers State coach, however, was much more animated. He said, we haven't been able to play defense for 20 minutes. They're getting the shots they want when they want them. And we got on offense, we got to move the ball around more, get some more reversals. So let's see if Rogers State gets that done. Guys?
Well, there was Justin Barkley.
Yep. Good job talking to both the coaches in the intermission. We appreciate the coaches taking time to speak with us, and that's a thing that they're not normally used to having, this kind of coverage here, so we're glad that they're willing to work with us. Hard foul underneath that time. J.D. Tisdale right on top of his man. That looks like Tyler Rogers is all right. Got Tisdale up in the air, and he came right down on him.
Looked like a double axe handle, something you would see over in the world of wrestling when he got that much height on it.
Rogers at the free throw line leads the team with 88 made free throws, 89 now. He averages about 22 minutes a night and shoots 55% from the floor. Rogers, one of 3 players this season over the 300-point plateau for Lubbock Christian. Fowler Holman and Rogers, all three more than 300 points scored on the season. 9-point difference in this one. Look at the spin move there. Shot no good, gets his own rebound and moves back up strong. Jalen Sharp, kind of a quiet first half with just 4 points. He gets 2 more there.
He's going to have to lighten up and really start getting to the boards. He was the conference player of the year, and he knows how to get those boards and how to score those points. Quiet first halves do not equate wins in conference tournaments.
Win and go home here in Tulsa this weekend. There's a shot. Another deep run into the shot clock, only 6 seconds when they release the ball. Chance here for the Hillcats to cut in. Look at the drive, the one-handed runner won't go, but there's Sharp tying his man up. He missed the shot, Drew, and immediately turns around and says, give me that back.
Both of these guys underneath, look at the battle of the big guys underneath. Just, you don't have to say anything. That was 2 bulls and their horns all tangled up.
Sharp and Rogers battling for it. Possession arrow alternating. Keeps it with Rogers State for now. Tisdale stops, starts, fadeaway jumper too much. Rebound control by Lubbock Christian. Holman wearing the number 24, brings it across the timeline. He gives it to the big sophomore. Fowler backs his man down, shoots, and gets slapped. Foul on white 14. That's Christopher Ikenobi. Ikenobi, a 6'9" senior from Nigeria, picks up the personal. Puts big Brennan Fowler at the line, the 6'7" sophomore, just a shade under 290 pounds. Tell you what, doesn't shoot free throws like a big man though. Hasn't missed, he's 7 for 7.
You know, if you were going to send anybody else from Lubbock Christian, you would want to. Brennan has been perfect so far.
Not only has he been perfect, partner, he's the only one that shot a free throw for the team. They are 8 of 8 from the line because Brennan Fowler has shot all 8 attempts.
Earning his spot tonight.
Tisdale just trying to dribble and weave, and finally he makes his way down into the paint and scores. I swear he covered 2/3 of the floor that time before he finally made his way around, but he got his basket.
It's the old football saying, you have to run 15 yards to gain 2. That's exactly what Tisdale did that time, but he ended up with the basket.
Marcus Arrington trying to orchestrate the offense now. Schuster has it with 10 seconds on the shot clock. A quick give and go. Schuster drives, loses the handle, 5 seconds now. Quick pass from Fowler down low. Rogers head fake once, resets the shot clock, and gets it to go on the second chance.
And that's what makes Lubbock Christian so dangerous. You can get those offensive boards, you can dominate inside the paint, and that usually leads to points, even if you don't make it on the first try. Here's Smith.
3 ball won't find its way home. Rebound control by Holman. Holman, Rogers, and Fowler. 10, 12, and 16 points. The big 3 all in double-digit scoring for the Shaps.
Call them the triplets here.
9-point lead. There's Fowler again, and he is fouled and will go back to the line where he has been nothing short of outstanding.
You know, when you have a big guy who has such a physical presence underneath, the last thing you want him to be able to do if you're having to cover him is to be able to shoot the charity ball. And this guy, you just mentioned it, partner, 8 for 8 from the line tonight. 9 for 9 from the line tonight.
Trying to flip through their game notes here real quick. I just had the page open to him. For his career coming into tonight, he's a 77% free throw shooter, 84 of 109, but now you got to add 10 to it. So 94 of 119 on the career of the super sophomore for Lubbock Christian. They have expanded this lead now to 11. 3 ball. Good for Jalen Sharp.
That was a shot in the arm that Rogers State needed. You needed to get some momentum going. You needed to get some confidence built. That was a great play by Sharp.
The third three-pointer of the night for the Hillcats. Does Lubbock Christian have an answer? They had the ball in no man's land for a moment. They bring it back out. Three ball, the answer is short, but look at this, Holman with the rebound. Rebounds really going Lubbock Christian's way now. They're out rebounding Rogers State 20-15, a 5-point rebounding margin. Arrington goes down low, gets back up with the ball. Now there's a 3-second violation. Barkley wanted a walk call, but a 3-second violation in the lane will work all the same.
Well, I think Lubbock Christian was trying to call timeout as well, but just couldn't get it off.
Marcus Arrington's turnover will take us to our first break here in half number 2. More of this men's basketball action on the Heartland Conference Sports Network after this.
It's on us to stop sexual assault
in any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
to stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
This young man has been entertaining the crowd for the last 15 seconds, and the rule of TV says if you're dancing, all of a sudden you stop dancing once the TV cameras come back on. But he was putting on a show here in the media timeout, dancing to the music here inside the UMAC.
He's doing it again. He's back at it now, but of course, when the cameras are off, that's when you got to rock and roll.
51-43, Rogers State trying to claw their way back into this when the Cats with the ball here. Attacking at the basket on our end here of press row. A little more than 15.5 minutes to go in the second half. Three ball from Tisdale. Short a rebound foul underneath before either team could get control of it. Show you one of the instant replays we have here. I told you, this young man, you get down. Can't enjoy yourself in tournament basketball. Where can you enjoy yourself?
Oh, this kid's got moves like Jagger.
Remind me of one of the old Michael Jackson videos where they had a kid dancing on screen doing the same moves that Michael would do, and they'd go back and forth in like a dance-off battle.
I don't remember that.
Of course not, you puppy. Driving, shooting, but no score that time for Tisdale. He fights for his own rebound, gets knocked to the deck, and Lubbock Christian comes the other way. Holman on the far side. He gives way to Arrington. They play a two-man game now, and Arrington will step it back to the U logo here at center court. Chaparral's in no hurry here, looking for the shot they want. Three ball, Holman, no. Pinball's off, and Matt Lee gets another rebound. Lee with 10 points and 3 boards. Jab step now from Jonathan Buckley. Tavian Davis sends it around the horn. Tisdale back to Davis. Lee will pull the trigger from the free throw line and beyond. The rebound controlled by Marcus Arrington. Arrington's second rebound of the night. He hasn't scored, but the offense really runs through the little guard wearing number 3.
Once again, trying to attack the inside, can't find it.
51-43, you think they're trying to go back down to Fowler?
I would if I were them.
I mean, there's just nothing bad that happens when you get the ball to the sophomore on the low post. He either scores or you foul him, and he scores.
And he scores. 10 for 10 tonight on free throws, as you mentioned earlier. And fact of the matter is, I'd be trying to dish it down low every chance I got.
Until they came up with a way to stop him, and that would be Matt Lee's problem. Look at this, a 3 up against the shot clock. Marco Schuster shoots the lights out.
course, you could just do that too and extend the lead by 11.
That works. Hillcats got to punch back here. Can't have an empty possession. They go down low, and how about an and one? There's more than one way to get a three-point play. Jalen Sharp drives baseline and gets it to go. Sharp with 11 points stands at the free throw line, and Barrett Smith Jr. checks back in for the first time in the second half. Fouls fairly close here. Rogers State with 3 team fouls, 2 fouls for Lubbock Christian. Rare miss that time from Jalen Sharp.
Lubbock Christian perfect from free throw range tonight, 12 for 12.
And somebody else has actually shot free throws now other than Brennan Fowler. 2 for 2 for Tyler Rogers, the only player on the lineup that scored, that shot at the free throw line other than the sophomore. Coach Todd Duncan making a couple of changes in his lineup now. Sends Workman back in. He saw quality minutes in the first half of play. Now they kind of go with a Twin Towers lineup. Fowler still in, but they add Isaac Cardona into the mix. Cardona gives a head fake, but travels.
I'm still so impressed with Marco Schuster and his footwork. If you will take a look at his technique next time he's on screen, the way that he moves, his flow, his ebb and flow, the way he creates shots, the way he uses his head fakes. Great player.
Schuster tries to pick up Barron Smith at the top of the key. Smith with it now in front of his own bench. Sharp rises up in the lane, misses, and there he is again, Brennan Fowler. Fowler now 18 points, 9 rebounds. He's 1 rebound away from yet another double-double. A lot of fans from Rogers State now with their mascot underneath the basket that Lubbock Christian's shooting at. None of them in their seats. They're all standing up, chanting. 5 on the shot clock now. Holman to Schuster for 3. No. And it's controlled by Sharp. Sharp with the pull, and there's the student section trying to cheer their team back into this one. They're down 9. Buckley nearly loses the rock for a moment and gives it back to Sharp. Sharp spinning, knifing through the lane and scoring. Jalen Sharp, lucky number 13 on the night now for him.
And that's what the player of the year looks like right there. Creates opportunities, creates plays, has good moves inside, dishes, makes the basket.
If you need a basket, you can count on Jalen Sharp, and he showed you that there, just kind of dismantling the Shaps defense. Schuster trying to direct traffic now. Goes back on the block. Turnaround jumper short. Rebound fought for 3. Hillcats were there, but instead it's Cardona that comes up with it.
There were 3
Hillcats.
3 Hillcats surrounding Cardona, and Cardona still able to come up with it.
Rebounds 25-18 in favor of the Chaparrals. Overplay that time by Tisdale. Down low to Cardona. He sees his shot go. Second chance, no. Third time, not a charm, but he's going to go to the line.
Offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities. These are the things that will win and lose games. Look at Cardona again. The behind the back dish. Can't make it here. Comes back, gets it again. Can't make it. Goes back again. Finally gets fouled. He'll go to the line.
We'll take a quick timeout here on the Heartland Conference Sports Network. More of our final game of Friday after this.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championships, March 21st, 22nd, and 24th at Alumni Hall in Columbus, Ohio. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered
margin will tell you where the score is. Right now, Lubbock Christian, 26 rebounds, only 18 for Rogers State. Lubbock Christian up in this one, 54-47.
Interesting note here, as I was listening to the sideline here of Rogers State, coach telling Perrin Smith, you've got to help at some point. He's got 5 points. He's 1 for 7 from the floor, 1 from 4, 1 for 4 from the from the 3-point range, 2 for 2 in his free throws. The thing about it is, he looks at him and says, you've got to help at some point. You've got to create some scoring. Rogers State's struggling right now.
Perrin Smith with 5 points. He sits 1 point away from the 400 mark for this season as Isaac Cardona makes them both. He is sitting on 399 points. Going over 400 won't mean much if the season ends tonight, but if he starts scoring, maybe their season will extend. Look at the slice and dice move through the lane. Offensive rebound fought for. Who's got it? Ball fumbled around and finally comes out to Marcos Schuster. Schuster and his Shaps up 9 here, 56-47. Hallman able to take his time. Cardona the feed. Big man to big man. Brennan Fowler with the finish.
Brennan Fowler has been absolutely outstanding tonight. You cannot take away anything from him.
There's a block that time, but a foul as well. Brennan Fowler the block, but the foul goes against Marco Schuster here with 10:08 to play in this one. Coach Todd Duncan looking for an explanation. Rogers State will take a timeout. We'll stay here and have an opportunity to bring in the third man of our broadcast crew, Jose Harbor, who's got more from the sidelines. Jose?
Thanks, guys. I was reading more about Tyler Rogers, and I was talking to some of the LCU people here, and I found out that he married a former volleyball player named Mallory Maddox. And last year, Mallory actually went through quite a harrowing ordeal. After a volleyball game in Wichita, Kansas, she had some headache pain, and within 2 hours, she was on an operating table. Turns out she had quite a bad brain bleed, and her brain was hemorrhaging. It took a couple of months, but she's recovered and totally fine. They're married. She's actually in the stands tonight watching Tyler and rooting him on. LCU did a whole campaign to raise money for her, so it's kind of a big deal between her and Tyler, guys.
Thank you for that story, Jose. That is amazing, and what a scary, scary moment for them to find out that you're just having something like that going on for such a young person that's just out of the ordinary, but glad to hear that she's doing okay.
Well, the Hillcat and the kid are dancing together now. And I know you don't see that on camera right now, but that was quite the entertaining. Matter of fact, the ovation behind us.
There you go.
That's what's up.
Putting on a show. It's a show within the show.
I'm talking about Tyler Rogers during the break. 12 points for him tonight, 5 for 10 from the field.
J.D. Tisdale at the line now for the Cats. Tisdale, the second in the conference, 8 in the nation, with 214 free throw attempts coming into tonight's quarterfinal matchup. Rogers checks back in after Jose shared the story about him and his wife. He checks back into this one.
Brendan Fowler goes to the bench, 20 points so far on the evening for him.
Got to give the big man a break every now and again. Tisdale makes another one. 9 to 10 at the free throw line, 17 points. He leads his team in scoring. Does Tisdale, and look at the defensive intensity ratchets up a little bit, but there was a foul. Looks like they get Jalen Sharp with the foul. His third, the team's sixth here, only 3 fouls against Lubbock Christian as you look at the replay. Cardona still on the floor, the post presence for the Shaps. Holman tries the inside, loses the ball. Last touch, though, by Rogers State. Rebounding disparity continues to grow, doesn't it, Drew?
Absolutely, it does. 27 total rebounds for Lubbock Christian, 18 for Rogers State. Defensive rebounds are really what jumps out at you, with 16 defensive rebounds for Rogers State's 10, and that's resulted in more second chance points, 14-10 in favor of Lubbock Christian.
Cardona steps back and got to stop and play here for, looks like maybe a lost contact for Marco Schuster. At least he didn't drop it on the floor. That could have been a 5-minute hide-and-go-seek moment for us here tonight. More basketball starting here at the UMAC tomorrow at noon. We will be back to work here. Tomorrow's games, the men again at 5 o'clock and 7:30. 7:30 game featuring the 7 seed St. Mary's, the number 3 seed, the University of Arkansas Fort Smith. Dallas Baptist awaits the winner of this matchup for the 5 o'clock game. Dallas Baptist, the number 1 overall seed. Of course, we'll have a couple of women's games before that. Drew will have the play-by-play call for those. St. Edwards against University of Arkansas Fort Smith at noon, and then St. Mary's and Lubbock Christian at 2:30. Another day full of basketball, the 3rd day in a row of quadruple headers here on the Heartland Conference Sports Network. Barron Smith knocked down. We almost get a chance to get the ball. His last touch by Lubbock Christian. The Hillcats with a chance here, down 10.
A lot of bodies hitting the floor on that last exchange, and you can see it even right in front of the scorer's table here. But I mean, even before that, there were people flying around just trying to get to the basketball. You can tell that here in the last 10 minutes, the physicality and the intensity has ratcheted up.
Barron Smith Jr. gives way to Sharp. He goes down low. The ball's batted out of bounds. It'll go again right underneath the basket. 8:52 to play in a 10-point game. Matt Lee at the line here. Lee 10 points, 3 rebounds. A little too much mustard on that free throw. I should have looked up at the clock to see how long Lubbock Christian let Brennan Fowler rest, but he comes back into the ball game, joined with Marcus Arrington.
It was approximately 2 minutes.
I would have been surprised if it was much more than that. See if Lee can get the second one to go. He does. He's got 11 points now. One of 3 players for Rogers State to score in double figures, and Rogers State, a little pressure now up the middle here. Barron Smith almost able to get a takeaway. They pester Marco Schuster, but Schuster able to outrun him. That was some nice ball handling and sprinting across the grain.
I know Coach Barkley from Rogers State is frustrated, but you got to get a lot of credit to Marco Schuster. The ball weaving, the ball movement, the way he uses his footwork. We talked about that earlier in the broadcast. You got to give a lot of credit to Schuster there.
J.D. Tisdale picks up the foul. That's going to put Tyler Rogers at the line. The team's leading free throw shooter coming into tonight, 88 of 106. Rogers is 2 of 2 tonight, so 90 of 108. This Lubbock Christian team, we told you, went 24 for 24 in a game against St. Edwards that they won 91-80. They have missed 1 free throw tonight, 16 of 17. That is efficient work at the line. Smith now drops it off for Matt Lee. He takes the high percentage shot and puts it through. Lee's got 13. It's back to a 9-point game now. The ball slapped up in the air and a foul called at 8-10. Tavian Davis coming back into action here. Travis Hester checks out, goes back to the Cats sideline.
Coach is telling him from the sidelines, hey, we got to get something going here, guys. It'll be interesting to see if they pick up the pace, especially with Tavian Davis coming in.
Fowler finishes and one. Brennan Fowler. Get used to saying that name, fans of the Heartland. This guy is going to be a stud for the next 2 years.
Take a look at it here again on replay. Brennan Fowler underneath, such a presence, got the ball up, got the lift on it, just perfect for him.
Give credit to Tyler Rogers dropping that off, the assist to Rogers, and a first miss of the night for Fowler. 10 of 11 at the free throw line. Mr. Perfect, perfect no longer. Hillcats seeing this one start to slip away, down 11 now. Smith, his coach told him, partner, you gotta give me something. He gives him a three right there when they need it.
Well, Rogers State has just been lethargic, it seems like, in the second half, not able to get anything going. Barron Smith was told by his coaches, hey, you have got to help out. That tray ball certainly did that. Reinvigorated the fans as well.
He's 2 of 6 from downtown, and look at the circus move by Jay Workman.
Absolutely incredible. Here's what sometimes what you face is a team that is just hitting on all cylinders. That's LCU right now.
Three ball won't go, went halfway down and kicked back out. Rebound, Marcus Arrington, and you're right, sometimes it's just your night and you can't miss, and this is a hot shooting team from Lubbock Christian right now. From the floor, they are 50%, they are 40% from three-point land, 89%, just under 90%. From the charity stripe, a bump, and Arrington drives in with 5 on the shot clock with 4. He misses, and the ball bounces to Barron Smith. Smith up ahead to Lee. He can't control himself, and he runs right over our camera operator. They both pat one another on the back. Hopefully everybody's okay. Looks like they are. What a wild way to finish this, and everybody's gonna be okay. We think 65 to 55. 65 to 55 our score. And I know you just got knocked down, Taylor, but we need a shot of Jose for his next story. Jose, is everybody okay over there? Are you guys all right?
You know, it does look like Taylor has suffered a major leg injury. But
no.
He said he's going to be able to finish the rest of the game, so we got that going for us, guys.
Oh, my Lord.
Got to watch out when the big men collide. Tyler giving up a few inches to Matt Lee. Matt Lee's 6'8".
Well, you know, that's the thing, though. There was some urgency going into that. And what you have to understand here, let's take a look at it again on replay. This is Taylor Kendrick, our cameraman. This is his view. Up, down, and done. There we go, right there.
Still not done. There's the end.
But you saw Matt Lee, the urgency in Matt Lee, trying to push this tempo. They have found themselves down by 10 once again. Rogers State has not been able to push the momentum, and I know that Jose Harbor will talk a little bit about that as well.
Barron Smith, a creative pass going all the way up the floor that time. Jose, probably not going to talk about offense right now, but he does have another guest on the sideline. Jose?
That's right, guys. I'm joined with Rogers State cheerleader Rebecca Newton. She was able to travel here with her other cheerleading squad. You guys only live 20 minutes away. What's it like to be able to travel when some other cheerleaders can't?
I think we're really fortunate to be as close as we are to the playoffs, especially considering this is our first year fully D2. I think it's a great experience for our basketball team, for our students to be able to travel themselves, and for us to be able to be here and lead that. I love it. I love every second of it.
This has easily been the biggest crowd of the tournament so far. How much do you equivalent it to Rogers being so close, and how much does that help the team, do you think?
I think it definitely helps the team. I've never gotten to really see them play away, so this is kind of an away game for us. So this isn't our home court advantage. This isn't anything special for us. It's like being at home, there's nothing like it. The crowd is phenomenal. We have our baseball team, we have our softball team, we have our students that aren't even necessarily athletes, but they're here and they're here to support our school and represent us. And us and the dance team, we couldn't be happier to be here and be able to represent and to cheer them on and to be here no matter what.
Great. Well, guys, I'm sure you've been able to notice that it's been a lot louder in here, and you can thank Rebecca for that.
Thank you, Jose. Quite a bit going on. I did notice the softball team on one end of the floor. I didn't realize the baseball team was here as well. Great job by all of the athletic programs at Rogers State representing here tonight. Now what Rogers State needs is some points. Barron Smith starts to pull up from three. Instead, he has it stolen. Workman just working him over, but the ball last touched by Lubbock Christian.
Living up to his namesake that time, just pops the ball up in the attempt at the save. But, you know, that's the thing about Lubbock Christian that you're finding right now. There's intensity, there's passion. They're flying all over the ball. That's why they have a 10-point lead.
3 ball on the way. Kicks off the right side of the back heel, and you can just tell Coach Barkley knows it's just not their night. They're not shooting the ball well. The shooting numbers for them, not that bad though. I mean, it's 40%, 36 from 3. Here's a turnover. The Hillcats running and slamming it home. That's J.D. Tisdale.
That's the shot in the arm that this Rogers State team needs. You can hear the fans behind us. Take a look at it again. The dish to Tisdale right here, up and down. Take it home. J.D. Tisdale on the other end.
Marcus Arrington has it right in front of his own bench. Now they'll go down low. Fowler looking to silence the crowd. They miss, but they get the ball back, and the rebounds are killing the Cats' momentum. 30-21 the difference. A second chance to milk the clock and continue to try and keep that lead. Workman gets his defender up in the air and draws the contact. That's going to go against Jonathan Buckley, the redshirt senior from Oklahoma.
Workman will go from behind the line, and you know, one of the things that we've noticed about this LCU team so far is the first shot is on the way and good. Is that tonight, especially in the second half, have you noticed the intensity? Have you noticed how fast they are moving, how urgently they're moving? They know win or go home. They don't want to go home tonight. And they've had Rogers State numbers since the very beginning of the game.
There you get a look at the coaching staff for Rogers State. Obviously, Justin Barkley there in the middle. And his assistants on either side, Ben and Mark, working with him. And the Hillcats now even doing everything they can, Drew, to save some time here down 10. They let the ball roll all the way up the floor before they picked it up. Another 3 out of the coffin corner won't go. Running over to get it is Sharp, but he couldn't. He saved it, but not back into his own teammates.
And that was Rodrell Holman, who just tried to do everything he could to get that basketball, and he did. He gets it to LCU. That's what we're talking about. Flying all over the basketball, throwing your body on the line, creating plays.
Holman again taking his time here. There's a bump and a foul on Tisdale. Tisdale had the Sports Center highlight dunk just a few moments ago, reaches up, commits the foul, and that is his night. That is a major blow for this comeback mid. He is out with 17 points, 5 fouls, the end of the road here for J.D. Tisdale.
J.D. Tisdale fouling out is a huge blow. As you mentioned, J.D. Tisdale, number 3, has 19 points, 5 for 13, 0 for 1 from the three-point line. But, I mean, once again, 19 points. The production that he has had tonight, the spark that he provided, there you see him on the bench, the spark that he provided with that Sports Center kind of highlight earlier, and he's done for the night.
Lead has grown to 12 now. Hillcats back to attack at their basket. Smith now knows that he's going to have to step up, and he does. Drives right down the middle of Main Street and is fouled. Foul on Brennan Fowler. Fowler's third. 22 points for Brennan Fowler. Leads all scorers. J.D. Tisdale was right behind him with 19, as Drew said a moment ago. Barron Smith will go to the line here. An unblemished mark at the free throw line. 2 for 2 tonight. Only 8 points. Ways underneath his average of 14.5 a game, but he makes his third straight free throw.
We'll expect that Lubbock Christian will put their foot on the gas one more time. They're going to see if they can't speed up the pace of this game, chew up some clock, make some moves in transition. I would expect Lubbock Christian to just continue to try to build on the lead.
Workman. 10 covered by 10 that time, Tavian Davis, and Tavian Davis did his job, man. He covered him up and forced the turnover. He throws it away, and these fans in the stands are really rooting for Rogers right now. Just down the road, you heard Jose mention it, just 20 minutes away. All day is what it says on their t-shirt. They're gonna have to work all night as they try to come back down 10.
Commendable as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edward's University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edward's University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
Baron Smith walking back up the floor, good defense. The last possession by his Cats. Got him a chance to try and cut down this final 4 minutes on the 10-point differential as they trail the Chaparrals of Lubbock Christian. Smith, look at that! Look what Baron Smith found, another three. That's his third trifecta of the night. Foul's gonna be on Rogers State's Baron Smith.
1 step forward, 2 steps back.
That's his fourth foul, and they've already lost the services of J.D. Tisdale. And a huge discrepancy on the fouls here. Rogers State with 10 now. Lubbock Christian gets the benefit of the double bonus. They have only committed, the Chaparrals, 5 fouls in the second half.
They've played intense. They've played clean. They've played fast. Lubbock Christian has been all over this Rogers State team from the very get-go.
Fowler out, Cardona back in. The senior takes over for the sophomore. There's a miss from Marco Schuster, and Smith gets the ball. They try to run it up the floor. There's the miss, and Taylor Rogers comes skying in from nowhere. Splits a double team, goes behind the back. Rogers, the dish to Workman, and that could be the dagger.
That is momentum. That is the kind of play that just sinks morale.
Call it a backbreaker, and there, look at the heady play there. Hester jumps with the ball, knows he's gonna travel, and drops it. I haven't seen that very often. Smith tries to drop it off down low for Matt Lee, and he has it taken away. Cardona and Schuster combine to force the turnover, and then a hip check foul on Hester as the clock goes under 3 minutes.
Take a look at this again. I mean, right there you see it, and that's carelessness. It's a little bit of frustration maybe, but the fact is that tonight, when you can break down all of the X's and O's that you want to. Some nights there are just teams that are better, and tonight seems like the night for Lubbock Christian. Game's not over, but they have played exceptionally well.
Jose Harbor was listening in the last time the Hillcats took a timeout. Jose, what did you hear on the Cats sideline?
Well, it sounds like Drew may have been in the timeout with me as well, because Coach was talking about you got to be smart. Look, the LCU is not trying to break a press. They're not trying to score quick. They're trying to run 30 seconds off the clock. With that being said, let's make smart plays. Let's not make dumb fouls. So Coach is a little upset. They're rushing the offense and panicking a little bit. But there is only 2:45 left on the clock, so I can see why. Guys?
Jalen Sharp missed, and now we get a timeout here with 2:40. The tip in by they went ahead and gave the points to number 4. They went ahead and gave it to Sharp. He missed. I thought it was Buckley that tipped it in, but had kind of an obstructed view that time. A lot of traffic in between us and the basket as you get a good look at the Hillcats cheerleaders that made the drive over here and helped give us one of the better environments we've had day 1 and day 2 here at the UMass.
you know, let's go back to that last couple of minutes. And when we're talking about how two teams are different, when you just, of course, you see the dancing mascots there. You talk about two teams that are different execution-wise. LCU is playing to win. Rogers State is playing not to lose. And there's a consistent, different philosophy there, at least in this game.
Full court pressure applied by the Cats now. Got to get across the line in 10. Rogers picks up his dribble. A three-man weave, and they're able to get it across. Schuster covered all up by Tavian Davis. Rogers inside the free throw line now, and they bring it back out to Schuster to settle it all down. Marco Schuster sees a lane, drives, scoops it with the right hand and scores. Marco Schuster with 13 points. The lead is 11 now. Cats have to counter punch here. Lee sees his pass batted around, and it goes all the way back to the other end. There's going to be a foul on Workman as he was trying to run down the ball in a foot race with Tavian Davis.
That's the kind of play we've been seeing all night, though. You saw Cordova flying out of bounds to save the basketball. You see them flying all over. And the first time in a while that call has actually gone Rogers State's way. But once again, it just goes to show you the hustle, the intensity that LCU's playing with tonight.
Barron Smith for three. That one won't go, and Rogers, another big-time climb up the ladder to get a rebound. Rebounds 35 to 21. 14 more rebounds for Lubbock Christian, and now the foul will be called here. That's Jonathan Buckley, number 5. He gets his second. Tyler Rogers will go back to the free throw line yet again here. He is 4 of 6 so far tonight. Make that 5 of 7. Tyler Rogers, the redshirt senior from right there in Lubbock, Texas, a career high 28 points coming back in 2014 against McMurray. He's had 50 games in his career where he's hit the double-digit scoring plateau. Tonight will be number 51 as Kyler Ng checks back into the game. They're going to take a timeout. We will too with 1:42 to go. We'll come back and bring you the finish of this quarterfinal match in a moment.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Lubbock Christian up 13 now. The largest lead of the night here with 1:42 to play. Barron Smith brings it back across the timeline. 3-ball in front of the Hillcats bench. Goes all the way down the well for Travis Hester. Hester makes the difference, 10 now. Rogers brings it up.
Well-designed play to get Hester the basketball there.
Schuster has it batted away. The run out, and Schuster with the block. Oh my, a 3. Shorten Rogers with the rebound.
Schuster is 6'2". Matt Lee is 6'8". There is a 6-inch differential there. That's the difference in hustle tonight. 6 inches, and he still gets the clean block.
Go back down to the other end, a foul called. Tyler Rogers will go to the line here. Rogers a chance to ice this one away here in the final minute and 8 seconds. Team up 11. Another made free throw, they'll be up by a dozen. Rogers, one of those rare misses. Very good free throw shooter. He's 7 of 10 tonight, 70% in this matchup. 3-ball from the far side of the floor from us. Cardona with the rebound. Lubbock Christian still running, still scoring. Nobody got in the way of Holman. Drell Holman with 2 more. He's got over a dozen. They're not going to count the basket, say the foul was on the floor here with 42.2. It'll be a 1-and-1 here as Schuster gets tabbed with the foul. That's his 4th personal, the team's 7th.
Bad time for LCU to foul there.
At any point in time with this lead and this little time left, there's just no need to. Smith can't get it to go, and that's a foul against the Hillcats. As a little low bridge that time by Buckley, colliding for the rebound.
It's intensity, it's execution. It's and you know, you hear this a lot of who wants it more. I don't know that I necessarily believe that, but I do know that Lubbock Christian came in here tonight with more of a passion and more of a fire. And they wanted to win. They needed to beat Rogers State.
Well, execution, passion is a big part of what DBU does, and that's what the winner of this game gets. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock, they will take the #1 overall seed in the tournament, the Dallas Baptist University Patriots, right here on the floor of the Union Multipurpose Activity Center. Hillcats fighting to the final whistle here. Jalen Sharp, the all-conference standout. There will be a foul here with 25.4, and Tyler Rogers has almost single-handedly made sure the ball is always in his hand, so he has a chance to get the foul and go to the free throw line here in the final 2 minutes.
And why not? Tyler Rogers has done pretty well for himself in the free throws. 9 for 12 so far, as you mentioned earlier, and see if they can't put one more up.
As a team, the Shaps 80% tonight, anchored by Rogers, 10 of 13 from the free throw line, and the 10 of 11 performance for Brennan Fowler. Now a big round of applause for Jonathan Buckley, the redshirt senior. Jalen Sharp, another one of the seniors. There's 4 seniors in this lineup, 2 of them getting a standing ovation from their team and their fans. Todd Duncan now clearing his bench. Marco Schuster's come out. Rogers comes out. For the first time tonight, we get a look at Jaquillen Gilbreth, along with Michael Grant. 3 on the way, won't find its way home. Cardona with the rebound now. Workman all the way up to Gilbreth. Gilbreth, if he wants to, can go ahead and simply dribble this one out. It will be the end of the road for the Rogers State Hillcats, but tomorrow, Lubbock Christian, the Chaparrals from Lubbock, Texas, will have a Texas-sized showdown with the Patriots of Dallas Baptist. They will take on the #1 seed on semifinal Saturday, as tonight Rogers State wins by a final of 84-69. Partner, Lubbock Christian got out early, never really looked back in this one. This game was never tied, the lead never changed. They had the lead up as big as 15 points. They finished with a little less than that.
We said it all game long. The Lubbock Christian came out. They needed to put their foot on the gas, and they never needed to stop. And this is exactly what they did. They never stopped having that intensity. You never saw them have any kind of drop-off, whereas there was slumps with Rogers State. Congrats to the Chaparrals, had a great game.
Jose Harbor is on the sideline now with the winning coach, Todd Duncan.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Coach Todd Duncan. It wasn't very pretty, but you got the win. Just kind of talk about this game.
Well, I just thought we were having to do it on defense and then with our rebound, and I thought we really we wanted to cloud up the paint. We wanted to make it tough for those guys. They're great at driving. They space the floor with shooters too, so you just have to try to keep them from scoring on their strength, and we were able to do that for the most part. They still got to the bucket a lot, but a team like that, you're not going to pitch a shutout.
You can enjoy this for a little bit, but tomorrow you turn right back around. Just kind of talk about what you got to do to prepare.
Well, we've seen everybody. That's the advantage, and we know how good they are. They've had a day's rest, but we should come into the game with a lot of confidence. DBU's been a nemesis for years. We played well against them this year, but a lot of respect for those guys. So we want to enjoy, but we want to go further as well.
Coach. All right, thank you. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Coach Duncan. Thank you, Jose Harbor, for all your sideline reports tonight. He mentioned it. These two teams very familiar. Dallas Baptist, well, the Chaparrals beat them back on January 28th, 79-72. They, as a matter of fact, swept them. The Lubbock Christian team swept Dallas Baptist, so a little bit of payback for the Patriots tomorrow. A great day and night of basketball here in Tulsa. We will step aside and be back tomorrow at noon. All the action of the Heartland Conference Sports Network is right here. Good night, everybody.
We open our arms to students from around the corner and from around the world.
No matter where we're from, all Dust Devil student athletes play for the love of our sport, the love of our team, and the love of our university. If you can play here, you can play.
If you can play, you can play.
Om du kan spela, så kan du spela.
Si můžeš hrát, můžeš hrát.
Si puedes jugar, puedes jugar.
If you can play, you can play.
I came here to get my degree at a great school. Along the way, I worked at an orphanage in India and taught school in Peru. It's changed how I look at the world and how I see my future.
Newman University in Wichita. Newman is a family that comes together to excel in the classroom and on the field. As the only private NCAA Division II university in Kansas, our student athletes are uniquely prepared for success beyond college. Newman University, empowering graduates to transform society.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
He is the God who sees me. He knows who I am becoming and who I will one day be. The kingdom of God. This is no small stake. With all my heart, mind, and strength, I will answer the call.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
This is the you that goes beyond a bachelor's degree. This is the International U, Texas A&M International University. Learn how to take your talents further at tamu.edu.
Whoever you are, whoever you want to be, find your future with us. We are UAFS.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience by promoting opportunity, protecting welfare, and fostering a positive image. Who is SAC?
SAC members are student athletes supporting other student athletes. SAC members vote on rules, partner with great organizations such as Make-A-Wish and Team Impact, and build pride on campus and in the community.
There are 3 different levels of SAC to get involved in. At the campus level, there are 307 Division II institutions that sponsor SAC. Each campus SAC is led by an athletic administrator and a committee made up of student athletes from a variety of athletic teams.
There are 24 Division II conferences, each with their own conference SAC. The representatives share best practices, success stories, and new ideas that can be brought back to each campus SAC.
The National SAC is made up of 1 student athlete from each of the 24 Division II conferences. These student athletes are your voice and are charged with the responsibility of relaying the overall student athlete voice for the division.
Your voice has value.
Get involved. Take ownership in your experience.
Leave a legacy.
Make it yours!
Enough. Yeah,
I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks.
Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
Right here, we are here with the Lubbock Chaparral, an 84-69 win over Rogers State. Last team to punch their ticket to the semifinals on the men's bracket. We have head coach Todd Duncan. We got Rodrell Hillman over here and Tyler Rogers over here on the left. Coach, start us off with a statement, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Well, coming into the game, we knew that it was the keys for us were just keeping them off the glass, trying to keep them out of the lane. Sharp, Tisdale, Smith are great drivers, and then they can space the floor with some shooters. So I thought our guys executed that plan fairly well the first half, and just liked our patience offensively. We didn't have too many mistakes that led to runouts for them, and kept the crowd a little bit out of it. A great atmosphere. I was just proud of our guys. Thought we played a pretty good 40-minute game. We had some mistakes, but the mistakes didn't really compound on each other. We limited them, and several times we made a mistake and we kind of covered it up. So guys made some shots at the end of the clock, got to the foul line early. So, you know, just a really formula for how we want to play. I thought we were able to do that.
Coach, talk about you mentioned the atmosphere. This was almost a home game for Rogers State, only being 20 minutes away. You know, and it's probably the biggest crowd we've had today so far, including yesterday. To kind of talk about, you know, playing this kind of little atmosphere.
Oh yeah, it was awesome, and you know, no one really probably wanted to play Rogers State. Our league was so competitive that there wasn't really too many draws where you felt like you got a good one. But knowing it was so close to Claremore, those guys have been 3 years in the process of being eligible for postseason. So had a huge game. To some degree, we've shot ourselves in the foot earlier in the year and made it tough on ourselves to have a chance for postseason without winning this tournament. So we were equally determined. And, you know, it comes down sometimes to just making a play here or there, just giving your team a little extra energy or confidence. There was just a lot of little moments. I don't think there was one thing that turned. I just think we used it for the most of the part for 40 minutes.
Just as for the pretty ground, you know, you come back tomorrow, you got to play again. Some of the other just kind of talk about what kind of factors does that play in?
Up to
first, we, you know, see